we will move forward to our much awaited panel discussion. We have some great panelists who are all part of the entrepreneurial ecosystem. I'm going to let Kalpana, Dr. RJ Kalpana, who is our moderator, to make the introductions. But before that, I would like to introduce Dr. RJ Kalpana. Dr. RJ Kalpana is a performance-driven executive with over 20 plus years of experience in IT and ITES sector. Currently, she's the founder director of Athena Consultancy, a reliable partner for knowledge management services and digital transformation projects. And she's also the founder of Pen and Ink Solutions, a global digital concern. Recipient of various awards for literary and management achievements, she was accorded from the Women Economic Forum Exceptional Leader of Excellence. Dr. Kalpana is a PhD from the University of Mumbai and has a list of distinguished writing credits. She has published a seminal work on Indian feminism. She has published various novels and poems. She served on the editorial board of Encyclopedia of Hinduism and various other journals. As a translator par excellence, she has translated the Nalayara Divya Prabandham, which is a Hindu devotional text in English. Dr. Kalpana is associated with global non-profit organizations, Heartfulness Institute, and practices and trains thousands of practitioners in heartfulness meditation. Over to you, Kalpana, for the great panel discussion, Women-Led Entrepreneurship Towards Social and Economic Sustainability.
Thank you, Dr. Rajshri. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Harbeen and Dr. Rajshri, for the very clear charter of deliverables for the Indian Women's Chamber of Commerce in support of Tamilnadu women entrepreneurs. You know, I'm sure we all agree that we are at very significant crossroads, not just in terms of businesses and entrepreneurship, but humanity as a whole. This brings to mind, the very famous opening lines of Charles Dickens' novel, where he writes, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness." Humanity is once again at the very same crossroads, where we find ourselves living in the best of times with tremendous advances in technology in all verticals, be it medical or communications. But unfortunately, it's also the worst of times. For once again, humanity has lost its moral compass, as it's so very evident in the past 6 months. Now more so than ever, business leaders, chambers of commerce, and women business councils have a very crucial role to play in encouraging and nurturing entrepreneurial talent to support and contribute to an inclusive economy that is not just viable, but sustainable. History has told us that it's women who make reparations, that it is women who build families, who build communities. And so when women build businesses, there will bound to be a social and a community impact. As we are all aware, business models are being redefined in today's times. The newer emerging business models are both inclusive and sustainable, but that is open to debate for today's panelists. How do women build a business model that is thriving, not just financially, not just as a profit-based economy like all the older business models, but also has that very crucial impact on society and communities. As we are all well aware, startup strategies are radically different from scale-up strategies. And we have for the next 1 hour session a very interesting array of speakers who have personally, professionally mentored women entrepreneurs in building up businesses, in sustaining economies in challenging times. And hopefully, they will have a very clear cut idea in today's times of how viable a business economy, a business model need to be defined. So we have with us Mr. Jacob, who heads the startup support at NSRCEL at IIM Bangalore. We have Ms. Sangeeta Shankaran Sumesh, who is a gain enabler and a high performance business coach and advisor. And we have with us Mr. Jata Hari, who is an executive director of a security firm, Vigil Group of companies. And before I open the floor for the panelists, I just would like to say here's to the dawn of the age of wisdom, where communities thrive along with individuals as well. So I'd like to introduce the first speaker, Mr. Jacob, who heads the Women's Startup Program at NSRCEL IIM Bangalore. Welcome, Mr. Jacob.
Thank you, Doc.
So the floor's yours, and we will be very interested to hear on the sheer variety of women startup firms that you have mentored and you have access to, along with the 10,000 Goldman Sachs program as well. That would be a very interesting point that we look forward to.
Sure. So hi, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to actually give my appreciation to the organizers of this event. Glad to be invited on such an esteemed panel. I just basically wanted to tell everybody what work we do, and at NSRCEL, what are the kind of initiatives that we have to encourage women entrepreneurship. We at NSRCEL have taken it as a, what would you say, a key goal that we wanted to challenge the women entrepreneurship ecosystem in India and somehow contribute it on a larger scale. So we run multiple programs through with various sponsors to touch upon the groundwork that is happening in today's ecosystem. And we feel women entrepreneurship is a key area in which we wanted to work out of. So, like I said, NSRCEL has multiple programs for women entrepreneurs who are working at various levels. If they are at a very early stage and some of them just have an idea and want to grow and scale their organization, we've got dedicated programs for them. We work heavily with other sectors as well. We work with students, engineering students particularly. We work with the social sector. We have for-profit and not-for-profit social sector incubation programs that run with the support of organizations like Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, Ford Foundation, etc. For women entrepreneurship particularly, we target two stages. One is early stage women entrepreneurs, people with an idea who want to grow their organization and build their organization, and a scale-up program, as I mentioned, the 10,000 Women's Program, which is a Goldman Sachs program, which encourages, which gives management knowledge to women who are interested in refining their skill and improving their level of operations. That being said, I'd like to talk about our upcoming program, which is just now launched. And I will request the organizers to send across a mail to you after this, which gives you the potential to apply for this program and understand what this program entails. That this program is called the Women's Startup Program, and it's basically for very early stage entrepreneurs people with an idea who can come and understand how to develop a business growth plan, how to develop a viable business to self-sustain yourself in the market. This program entitles three particular aspects. The first being a massive open online course, which is for about a month, where you will learn basic aspects of entrepreneurship and how to develop a business plan, how to work on your business model canvas, and how to prepare a value proposition that you can communicate easily with potential investors or customers. And post which we have a 2-month pre-incubation program, which is to get you ready for the incubation stage, to make sure that you are statutorily registered in India as a business organization. And the next we have the incubation program, which is hands-on support for women entrepreneurs, to work with them, to guide them in every step of the way. We provide them with dedicated mentors who have experience of about 20 odd years in the industry. And we kind of connect them with industry specific mentors to provide them with a bouncing board of ideas. And that's something that we are very proud of. We have had experience. We've done this program about 3 times so far for the past 3 years. And our sponsors for this program, or our support for this program, comes from organizations such as Goldman Sachs and the Department of Science and Technology. That being said, we have created entrepreneurs that we are very proud of. We have an organization which I would like to specifically talk about is Anthill Creations. Now, this organization is a for-profit social venture that in their basic idea is work and play. That is, they develop playgrounds or playscapes in and around the city with the support of corporates who would like to give back to the society, and they have a partnership model with the community as well as the corporate, and create playgrounds where children can play. Their basic belief is that the playgrounds are not existing anymore, and due to urbanization, there is a lack of place where children can learn, and they believe free play is a very important aspect of that. Organizations such as that is very near and dear to us, and we support them in every which way we can. Another organization that I'd like to talk about is called Miti Cafe, which is a cafe that is run usually by a woman entrepreneur known as Alina Alam. And what they do is they go into corporate tech parks, and they kind of work with, create a cafe over there, but the cafe provides employment to physically disabled and mentally disabled individuals who can still work. So they provide a sense of employment, a sense of worthwhile life to people who are physically disabled. And the stories that come out of there are amazing. It's something that we are very proud of to be associated with. She was spoken about by Mr. Narayanamurthy from Infosys, which was a big boost to her organization. That's something that we are very proud of. The network that we are able to create at IIM Bangalore with reputed organizations and reputed entrepreneurs in this ecosystem builds an ecosystem or builds a network that our entrepreneurs are very fortunate enough to tap into. And we are very happy that we are able to create such an environment. And we would love to partner with organizations such as WICCI and other women-oriented organizations, because we want to make sure that our knowledge and our expertise is transcended through various programs or various organizations to reach the bottom of the pyramid, and to make sure that our community is increased at large. We want to make sure that women entrepreneurship is always a key focus at NSRCEL, and we want to work towards growing this opportunity to encourage women entrepreneurship in India. And that being said, I also would like to talk about the fact that we are in this space, and there is a lot of requirement of people to come on board and support in various facets, whatever is required for women entrepreneurs. It's important that we dive into the requirements of a women entrepreneur. Somebody was saying previously that financial implications of getting funded becomes very important, very difficult for women entrepreneurs. And research has shown that it is much easier for a male member to get funding rather than a female, if even they're pitching the similar idea or similar to say. That we believe at the end of the day needs to change. And women have the capacity, the capability, the ability to make an organization as successful as a man. There should not be any difference in that. We feel by providing them the opportunity to create employment for other, we have noticed that almost 80% of the organizations, the women organizations, employ a lot of women. And that itself by itself is a mere fact that has come out from various studies that have happened. And it's very important that we encourage that. It's something that what we would call employing the ability to provide women entrepreneurs with the ability to provide entrepreneurship or provide employment to future generations. And this by itself is a great achievement, I believe. I just like to also just talk about the fact that women entrepreneurs programs that are run in various incubators, not just mine, but other incubation programs also, are a worthwhile checkout. And it's very important to understand the basics of what you can do and what is the minimum requirements that you need to have in order to grow and scale your organizations. You would like to build a base of knowledge, disseminate information that is given or created from researches and studies, which we do by ourselves in the ecosystem of IIM Bangalore, and to disseminate that information to other entrepreneurs so that they can use that insights and run their organizations in the most efficient and in the best manner possible. So that being said, I just wanted to thank again everybody for giving me the opportunity to talk about the program. The Women Startup Program, I believe, is a good opportunity for everybody to kind of learn, grow, and we at NSRCEL would always like to nurture women entrepreneurship, and it's a special focus for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jacob. It's very heartening to see the kind of work that you have, you have done in this particular space, and also all the other people who are actively involved in promoting entrepreneurship. And a couple of points that you raised, which I find very interesting, is the fact that when you support women entrepreneurship, you're also encouraging the next generation of entrepreneurship. You're also creating an environment where the idea blossoms forth that there could be other women, there could be other entrepreneurs coming up from other women as well. So that's very deep, actually, and that's an extremely positive energy generation that I quite find fascinating. And ideally, it would be great if every household in India has a woman entrepreneur, be it at a micro level, at a macro level, it doesn't matter. But at some way or form, they do contribute economically, socially, to the country and the nation as a whole, and to the community as a whole. I do have one question though. Do you see any difference with the business models between the upcoming women entrepreneurs and the earlier generation of women entrepreneurs, or any difference between the genders as well?
Sure. Actually, definitely, there is a big difference among the entrepreneurs. The ideas that come out are extremely unique in today's day. In the previous times, what we have experienced is women entrepreneurs usually come with very traditional sectors that they can get into, such as getting into a clothing industry or getting into the food service industry. But today we have entrepreneurs from a wide array of sectors, such as they're into deep tech. Some of them are into, I mean, you name it, they're into logistics, they're into online services. I have a puja service company, which is an online rental for pujas. You can book a puja online, and that's held by one of the women entrepreneurs. And you can easily make out that nowadays there is no bifurcation between, okay, this is a male dominated sector and this is a female, nothing like that. You could see a cross pollination among all the sectors.
Yes, fascinating. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your ideas and your time. We look forward to a future collaboration, if possible, with you. And yes, and we'll move